Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Chef Mara in the kitchen. Let's turn up the volume. Come on in the kitchen. It's Wednesday. Hello. Come on in the kitchen. I'm going to just tag a few friends, invite a few people. Come on in. I hope everyone is having a lovely, wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. As you know, they named this Hump Day, so whatever day it is, it's a good day to be above ground, I tell you that. So if you know someone that usually is here, just come on in and invite them too. Because you know, I like company in the kitchen. I like company in the kitchen. Come on in. We're cooking up something good and delicious and yes, wonderful. Come on in. When you get in, just say hello so I can acknowledge you. Just come on in. If this is your first time here, I say welcome. My name is Chef Mara. Come on in. All right, so hello, hello, hello. Today is Wednesday. I don't know, what is the weather like where you are? If you're watching the replay, just put it in the replay. Let me know where you're coming in from. I always say thank you for joining me because there's so many people on social media cooking wonderful things. I mean, absolutely wonderful things. But I thank you for taking the time on Wednesday, today, to just be in the kitchen with me for a little while. And if you have not seen me do anything, and this is your first time, go back and watch the Facebook Lives and the YouTubes and see what we're cooking. In my kitchen, we like to eat clean, cook clean, live clean. Now, let me say this. I am not a vegan. I am not a vegetarian. However, I like to know what's going in my body. Now, let me say this. Confession is good for the soul. I have been not putting so much good things over the past week or so, but that's changing. How many of you know when you fall, you can get back up, even if you need help getting back up? So we're back up. We're getting back up. We're getting back up. And the thing is, it's not, a lot of times we like to beat ourselves up after we've just eaten something that we know that we shouldn't have, like some fries. Yeah, But anyway, that's beside the point. We are going to make, I'm going to show you how to make something that, if you saw the caption, it is a vegan apple chili. Now, however, I saw this, and I have to give credit where credit is due. His name is the Bernard Dog. His name is Bernard, but the Bernard Dog, I love everything that he does. Everything that he does. So when it's dreary like this, where I am, I don't know about where you are, it makes me feel like comfort food. And in my kitchen, I like to eat the pantry. Now, there are a few things that I just had to grab, maybe from the store. But last week I told you I made applesauce. I had a bag like this full of apples. I still have some. So I made applesauce. I made apple crumble. That's why I said I fell off the wagon, because I made 2 in 1 week. Small ones, but we ate them both. So let's see what else we can do with apples. So come on in. When you get in, just say hello. Now, if you saw my post, you saw that I said, how many of you remember this? I know you have one in your kitchen, or maybe not in your kitchen, somewhere tucked away somewhere, collecting dust. Before there was an Instapot, before there was all the fast cookers, there were slow cookers. I mean, you can put anything in here, almost anything in here, and have a wonderful, wonderful meal. Wonderful meal. So, listen, that's what we're going to use today. So don't throw out your crock pot, your slow cooker. And here's the thing. Everybody that has one of these, whether it's a different brand because of, I forget who first came out, but everybody calls this a crock pot, which is a slow cooker. So we're going to make some vegan apple chili. I know, I know, I know. And here's the fun fact. Here's a did you know fact, even though it's not Did You Know Wednesday. Chili does not have meat. Never did. But we like to put meat in it. Well, this chili does not have meat, but I am going to put some of those lovely apples that I got like really, really cheaply. I'm going to use a Gala apple. Like last week, I couldn't remember. It was Jonah Gold and I had Fuji's. So I'm going to use a Gala apple, and that's what we're going to use. So let's get cooking. Enough chatting. Let's get cooking. All right. So and this is a dump meal. I love one pot meals. Love one pot meals. If you like it, put it in the comment. I love one pot meals. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take, if you have a red onion, that would be good. Hey, Phyllis, how are you? Thank you, sweetheart. If you love one pot meals, this is your go-to. Child, pull out that crock pot. Pull it out. So I like to use what I got because that's what I have. So I tell you, use what you got until you get what I got, or use what you have. You can start this off with a red onion. I have an organic sweet onion, so that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to use a whole onion, and I'm just going to chop that up. When you're chopping, you want to use your hand like a claw, so you don't cut your fingers. So just make your hand like a claw and cut the onion. The good thing about onions is they already have the lines in it for you to slice. Who does that but God? Anyway, slice along the grooves. It helps you. And then take your knife and you just hold it like this and slice like 1 or 2 or perhaps 3 times through it. So I've already taken the liberty to do that because you've seen me cut onions before. So we're going to just cut this up. And you're going to keep cutting until, because, you know, I don't like to waste anything. So I just keep cutting because I don't want to waste anything. Let me get my bench scraper here. I don't like to waste anything. I don't like to waste anything. So when you get down here, most people throw that away. Don't do that. You still have it. This is product that you paid for. So you just keep cutting. Keep cutting. Keep cutting. Until you have something that look like this. Okay? And then you always have your garbage pail right there. So we're going to cut the rest of this. In the comments, put in the comments if you still have a slow cooker or a crock pot. I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. Because you can find them very cheaply. You don't have to go out and buy a new one. You can get them from, I think I got this so long ago from the Goodwill. You know, bring it home, sanitize it, make sure it works before you leave the store. You know, make sure that works. So, yeah. And we still have, like I said, some here. So all I'm going to do is just cut across here and just cut until we have all of our onion chopped. And there's nothing left but the stub. The wonderful, wonderful way to cut your onion. Always use the back of your knife. Never use the blade, because why? You dull your knife. So into the crock pot, all of this is going to go into our crock pot. So let me just move this out of the way for a second. And we're going to just dump everything that we need. Bring it over so you can see. Now, if you have, you want to protect your countertop, so I have this on a marble slab, even though I don't want it on top of my granite counter. So, first thing you want to do, like your oven, you want to make sure that it is already plugged in. Mine was, I just had to move it over. Not a problem. Not a problem at all. What I'm going to do is I have some avocado spray. You can take a little bit of avocado oil, grapeseed oil, and just lightly coat the bottom. Let me do that. I was going to use my spray, but I'm just going to put about a tablespoon. That's all. Right in. Right in. So, into that, I'm going to put my onions. This is just like dump everything in the pot. Of course, this is not going to be done in time for you to see it. But, when I do make it, I'm going to post it. So, how many of you like chili? I love chili on a cold fall day. Love it, love it, love it, love it. I'm going to push this back a little bit because now I am going to chop up my apple. I have a gala apple, as I said, and I'm just going to chop up my apple. Let's see, here it is. And like I said, this is a very easy meal to make. You can set it and forget it. Let's cut the apple up, core it, cut it, taste it, delicious, very good. And I'm just going to cut it into pieces. Now, here's the thing. Some people are allergic to the skin or can't have the skin, but they can have it if it's cooked. There's no need to peel this because it's going to be cooked. So we're just going to slice it. And we're just going to add it right to our pot. If you blink, it's going to be over. So, and if you're watching this later, just put hashtag replay because sharing is caring. So I would appreciate if you share it. A lot of people like to watch, and I don't mind the entertainment. I love what I do, but I also love when you make the dishes that I present. I would like to see what you, or how you change it, you know, that sort of thing. So while you're watching, if you want the recipe, just DM me. So in our pot goes our onions. I have some garlic that I chopped up as well. So everybody knows how to chop up garlic, but I chop it the same way that I do my onion. Take off the nub of it, throw that in. So we have onion, we have one medium large onion, we have, like, I like garlic, so I put 5 cloves of garlic in here. But they were small cloves of garlic. I have some that I didn't chop right here, so that's, because we don't want to bite down on hunks of garlic. No, we don't want to do that. So, yeah. I have a piece of apple that we need to chop as well. Okay, so that's that. Let me put my little list over here. We got onions, we got apples. We're going to put our apples in as well. And it's not going to be like overly sweet, but it's going to bring a different taste to it. I don't know about you, but how many, put in the comments if you get tired of eating things the same old way all the time. You want your crock pot to be on high. So, you probably can't see, but you can see what I'm putting in here, but you can't see inside. All right? So, like I said, originally chili does not have meat in it. It never did. But for some reason, I don't know how we came about to start putting meat in it. It's just like shepherd's pie. Shepherd's pie was never meant to be made with ground beef, but it was affordable. Shepherd pie is made with lamb. Fun fact, fun fact, fun fact. So I have a 15 ounce, is this 15 ounce? Yes, a 15.5 ounce can of organic kidney beans. These are already washed and drained, or I should say rinse. Drain it very well, rinse them off, dump them in. Kidney beans. If you don't like kidney beans, you can swap out the beans for something that you have already. I have organic pinto beans. Same thing. Rinsed, washed, clear. Make sure the water is clear. Dump it. Then I have a can of fire roasted tomatoes. What are we doing? Dumping it. I love it. Look, anything that you can just dump in one pot is absolutely amazing. I am not going to rinse this out because I'm going to rinse it out with something else, and you'll see in a few minutes. So we have our onions, our apples, our garlic, our kidney beans, our pinto beans. We have also 2 cups of vegetable stock. So I have some vegetable stock that I'm pouring in here. How many cups? 2 cups. 2 cups. 2 cups of vegetable stock. And because I made applesauce last week, I instead of putting water in to make that a little bit of water for my applesauce, I used apple cider. So you can use apple juice or apple cider. This is an apple forward chili. You know, if you're going to say apple, you might as well use apple. So how much is this? 1 cup. 1 cup. And everybody in the pool. Everybody in the pool. Now, the only thing that is not already cooked, let me say that you want to make sure your beans are cooked, whether you have them in jars like this, which I did, but I didn't take time to soak them and cook them all. So you can use canned. The only thing that you're not going to cook is your lentils. You can use brown lentils or green lentils. I like storing because, you know, we are in hard times, so I'm just preparing, getting all my legumes and beans, and it's sealed very well, vacuum sealed. And let me see if you can hear it. All right, some more wet on the floor. Now I'm going to use a 1/2 cup. Let me find my 1/2 cup. I know I had it. Yes, I do. I'm going to use a 1/2 cup of brown lentils. How many? A 1/2 cup. These will expand. Lentils are very good. And this is a protein forward meal. But these are very good. You can make so many things. I make a lentil meatloaf, meatballs, burgers. Get you some lentils. So we're going to sprinkle those all in there. And this is a budget-friendly meal. This doesn't cost a whole lot. I mean, a can of lentils, a can of beans, you know, a can of tomato paste. And I'm using a 6-ounce can of tomato paste. That's going right in. And this will cook for a couple hours or more. But when I tell you, I know it's going to smell absolutely delicious, and it's going to taste better even as it sits tomorrow, because I'm having something else for dinner. I might have this, but I like it when it sits over and all the seasonings and things meld together. It's a wonderful thing. It is. It's a wonderful thing. So we have that. And now I'm going to put something that is optional, but I don't want to say, if you don't put it, you're going to miss it. You're going to miss it. I have a chipotle. Now, chipotle pepper is a little spice, but with all of this in here, you won't really notice the heat, but it's the flavor from the chipotle with adobo. Okay? adobo sauce. So you want to make sure you get a chipotle with adobo, and this is what it looks like. It's a pepper. It's a pepper. I'm only using one because I don't want the heat to destroy my palate. So all I'm going to do is take this pepper and I'm just going to slice it up and I'm going to add it. It's going to give it just a little kick, but not so much where I won't be able to eat the chili. Okay, so we're just going to do that. I'm going to add that to it. I'm going to add this right on here. Yeah, I want that. And that's what it looks like. Add it right in there. And then I have about a tablespoon of the sauce. I'm going to add that too. That's just enough heat for the meal. So now I was supposed to take that apple cider and rinse this can out. Why didn't y'all tell me? I forgot. But I'm going to rinse it out for recycling. Okay. Now, so is that all you're going to add, Chef Moore? No, it's not. I have seasoning. Because how many of you know that bland food is just not good? And even though you're eating healthy, you don't have to sacrifice flavor if you know what to add. Okay? You don't have to sacrifice flavor. You know, eating well. You don't have to sacrifice flavor. So in here, what do I have? I have some Ceylon. No. No, I always say Ceylon, and that's wrong. Ceylon. Ceylon, cinnamon. That's the light. I have some cumin. I have some, what else do I have? Chili powder. And you know me and my smoked paprika. I have a little bit of smoked paprika. Don't say anything, but the twins are not coming. Shh. The twins are not coming. I use their original family members, like the onion and the garlic. I'm not using the powder. I mean the granulated onions and garlic. That's what I call the twins. So if you hear it anywhere else, they stole it from me. The twins are not coming. But their mother and father came, all right? So all of that. And I have my salt. Oh, here we go. I have my salt. I don't think I'm going to use any black pepper because of the adobo. I don't think I'm going to use any of that. So let me just grab my spoon because that was one thing that I forgot to get. Because how are we going to stir it if we don't have a spoon? Chef Mar, I have my spoon. So I'm going to stir this all together. All of this deliciousness. And I'm going to show you what it looks like. Oh my goodness, it even smells good already, especially adding that apple cider. If you don't have apple cider, use the apple juice. Like I said, this is not my original recipe. I did add some spices that were not in there, like such as the smoked paprika. But I can't wait till this cooks down. But here's the thing about cooking without meat. You can taste your product. So let us taste the liquid before we add the spices. Good. But it's about to be better. It's about to be better. Better days are coming. Better days. Better days. Better days are coming. Yes. We're going to mix that all together. Ooh, baby. That smells so good. Get all that incorporated. And we're just going to add that right in. Let's sprinkle that right in. I'm shaking it with my left hand and doing this with my right hand. Go figure. Now we're going to mix that all in. We're going to mix that all in. The color is deepened when it's starts to get nice and that liquid absorbs, those beans absorb all that liquid along with the apple, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. When I saw this recipe, I said, I have everything I need. I didn't have any canned pinto beans, but I had dry ones. But, yeah. And then I did have, I was out when I thought about this recipe, and I didn't check to make sure that I had any organic red kidney beans. So I just, look, it's better to have and not need and need and not have, so I just picked up another one. You know what I mean, sissy? Yep. So, let's do this again. Let me rinse off my spoon, and I can just taste this. That's going to be good. But we need salt. So, I'm going to put a half a teaspoon of salt. That's all. And pepper's my favorite, so I'm just, if you don't use the adobo, it'll taste good. Excuse me, but it won't have that adobo taste. Excuse me. Okay. I am back. So here we are. Here we are. Here we are. Okay. Top on. Let's go cook it. Cook it on high. I'm going to do like 3 hours. Now, how are we going to serve this? We can serve it with some vegan mozzarella cheese. I love By Your Life. What else? I'm going to slice it, some green onions, put it on top, make some cornbread, you know, all the things. Hold on. Had to sneeze. Excuse me. All the things. What else? Slice a little avocado on there for fatness. Make some nice cornbread. Sit down. Put your feet under the table. When you start swinging your feet or patting your feet or humming, then you know it's good. So, 3 hours, slow cooker, full meal. Full meal. Beans, spices, a gator apple, 1 large one, dry lentils, a half a cup, and just let it go. Just let it go. So, of course I can't taste it because everything is not cooked. But when it comes together, it's going to be wonderful. So until I see you again, it is fall. It is time to pull out those pots and start cooking those meals and putting things up in the freezer like your soups. Make sure potatoes doesn't really freeze well, but if you're putting it up to have for the week, it's a wonderful thing. I've got black-eyed peas in the freezer. I've got soup in the freezer. You can even put this chili in the freezer. So how long will this last once you cook it? It will last about 7 days. Put it in a container, in an airtight container. It'll be wonderful. It'll be wonderful. So with that being said, thank you so very much for joining me in the kitchen for this vegan apple chili. When it is done, I will make sure that I plate up a bowl, maybe with a corn muffin or something. It's going to be fire. Until I see you again, remember to eat clean, cook clean, and live clean. And don't forget, in the world that we live in, so much is going on. We need to pray for each other. Pray for each other. Pray for our government. Pray for our nation. Pray for your neighbor. You know, because we're living in a time where we're going to need meals like this. And perhaps you say, well, you know what, I'm just cooking for me, myself, and I, or, you know, me and mine. But there comes a time when you might have to share a pot, a bowl of chili or a meal with somebody. Let us not be selfish. Let us not be selfish. Hello, Dr. Millie. How are you? I know you said you found, yeah, I'm fine. But you have your crock pot. What's in your crock pot, Dr. Millie? I want to know. I want to know. Put it in the comments. So like I said, let's take care of each other and let us not be selfish. I had to step away because that little bit of adobo got right here and I didn't want to be hacking on the live. Anyway, thank you so very much for joining me. Remember to eat clean, cook clean, live clean, and always let us stay connected with one another. Love somebody, tell somebody you love them today. All right? Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. And I will see you in the kitchen soon. You never know. I might do a pop-up. So stay tuned. Hit that notification button. And then share out this live with someone. And say, guess what Chef Mar made? She made vegan apple chili. I know. Because in my kitchen, we eat outside the box. That normal, ordinary just won't do. No. Dr. Millie says she's making a pot roast right now in her slow cooker. See? Don't sleep on the slow cooker. And I will leave you with that. All right? Have a wonderful, wonderful, and if you're just coming in, this is what it's going to look like. And once it cooks down, it's going to be oh so good. Have a good day. Bye.